Dave Chappelle, I love you, but you're wrong. I have read in social media you have been accused recently of being transphobic, racist, sexist, misogynistic, and a hatemonger. Let's talk about it. My name is James MacNeil. I'm known as the Real Love Guru. I'm going to organize my response in 3 key points plus 1. Here are the 3: free speech, art, hate. Then I'm going to give a bonus. Let's talk about free speech. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequence. Please understand that Dave Chappelle was speaking in the United States of America, where it is celebrated that people have freedom of speech. So don't get mad that he used his freedom of speech. He has what's called freedom of speech. And frankly, you are allowed to respond with your freedom of speech. In the world of freedom of speech, you can say whatever the hell you want. Yes, I said hell, and I said it on purpose. I don't normally, but I did it to make the point. You can say whatever the hell you want, and in response, people can say whatever the hell they want. That's called freedom of speech, not freedom of consequence. Dave Chappelle is a genius. He is highly articulated. He is a brilliant comedian. He knew what he was doing. He signed up for it. The game is on. All good, freedom of speech. Next, art. He was not speaking as himself. He was speaking in extremes and exaggerations and provocative tones and strategies. Why? Because that's his art. It's called humor. Humor is cruel. All jokes have a victim. And as a great and brilliant comedian, he makes sure he's the victim of 90% of his humor. Whenever it appears someone else is the victim, well, sometimes it is, but you'll want to very carefully watch his words. And he's, in my opinion, very careful, to be clear. He's got no beef with nobody. Well, there is an exception. We'll talk about that. As an artist, when he's on stage, he's a performer. Here he is not being himself. He is being a character. That character is conveying art. If you don't dig it, don't watch it. Move on with your life. It's art. He has the freedom of speech, and he's a performer doing art. You don't dig it, don't watch it. Move on with your life. That's my point number 2. He would say if in watching his art you think he's conveying hatred towards women or hatred towards the LGBTQ community, he would say this because he has said it. Here is his quote. It's art, and you are free to interpret this art any way you like. But I can tell you, as the creator of this art, that I don't believe that I feel that way. There you go. Don't dig it. Don't watch it. Third category is hate. I do not believe Dave Chappelle is a hate monger. I do not believe Dave Chappelle is provoking hatred. I believe those who choose to harm his livelihood and try and shut him down, the cancel culture, that is an act of hate. Hate seeks to hurt. And Dave Chappelle had no intention to hurt. He was an artist and a free speaker, and frankly, I think quite funny. If you try and hurt him, you are the one acting in hate. He did not try and hurt you. That's my opinion. And of course, this is, again, freedom of speech. He did make it clear that he only has issue with one people group, and that's white people. I'm a white people, and I'm cool with him. Moving on. He said, my issue is with the LGBTQ community, that you have political power, and I'm jealous of it. I wish I, as a black man, had the same kind of political power, that if anyone mistreated me, I could have the power of shutting them down, just like you seem to have the power of shutting people down, and I'm jealous of that power. It's not loathing. Next, he made it clear when he said, in the United States of America, you can shoot and kill a black man, but you better not hurt a gay person's feelings. That's his position. Let's move on. Now, that's the 3: freedom of speech and art and hate. I don't believe he's guilty of any of those things. As an artist, I personally say clean and clear, fair play. That's what people sign up for. You don't dig it, don't watch it. Now, I do believe there's a 4th thing that I do want to bring up, and herein is where I would say, Dave Chappelle, I love you, but you're wrong. I believe you have accepted a paradigm shared to us through mass media and through whatever, it's out there, and that is the varying values of human beings, that some people are more valuable than you and I, and some people are less valuable than you and or I, and you've accepted the presupposition that you as a black man are down near the bottom, if not at the bottom, and your case is made by being very clear about the harm done to black men. It seems like women didn't kind of make your scale, but that's another conversation. When it comes to varying values of human being, this is where we have a disagreement of opinion, and you're open to other narratives and other opinions. Here we go. I believe we are equally and infinitely valuable, and case closed. No one is more or less valuable than you. No one is more or less valuable than me. And I am only saddened by what I believe is your issue with white people and your feeling of varying values, because I wish you could know how much I, as a fellow human being, love you and value you as 100% equal to me and everybody else. We're equally and infinitely valuable. Dave Chappelle, I love you, but you're wrong. Love, joy, and peace. James MacNeil, the Real Love Guru. Talk soon.